Welcome everybody to this webinar, which is the appointment number 7 with Forrec. We are very glad to share with you some innovation and technologies of our range of products. And we hope you will find some interesting issues in this presentation. Just a technical information concerning the comments or questions that you might have during the webinar. You can use the chat below anytime, and we will try to answer during the webinar or later by email. So we will also ask you to leave an email address in case. So I guess we're ready. So let's start introducing the speakers. My name is Luisa Macchion. I'm the marketing manager of Forrec. I've been working in this company for 15 years, and I have seen the company growing, following a path which was rich of new challenges, but also full of successes. Today with me, Mr. Emanuele Zilio, who is one of our sales executives. Emanuele, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Emanuele Zilio. I'm working Forrec since 2010. Today, the today agenda foresees a short description of the aluminum recycling concept, and we will go through the technology we can provide and the technology we have already provided in different other installations. So welcome on board and stay tuned.
Okay, so thanks, Emanuele. And today we will talk about recycling and clearly about Forrec, which is a company closely linked to this word and to this word. We will present our range of products, our main application, and we will focus, of course, on the aluminum recycling, which is the reason of your presence here today. Our webinar will end with some case histories of successful projects and companies dealing with this kind of waste. So before going through the interesting things and the technical part of the presentation, I would like to share with you some rough information concerning our company for those people which are not familiar with our production. In short, we are designers and manufacturers of shredders and customized turnkey system for waste recycling. As you know, we are a company absolutely customer oriented. We pay a great attention to after-sales service, and all our installation and machines are as unique as DNA strands. This means that we work and we match our skills with the knowledge of the customer in order to make some kind of tailor-made project with the goal to realize the perfect system to solve the recycling issues that our customers have. So who is Forrec and our identity? I'd like to focus a couple of letters, which are the R and E, sorry, to explain our identity. RE as recycling, that is our core business and our missions. Our mission, Forrec was born with the ambitious purpose to give new life to everyday produced scraps with the aim to preserve the environment. RE as a relationship, so we are absolutely sure that a great project is a result of a great relationship between supplier and customer. RE as research, because behind a good installation there are hours and hours of research. RE as realize, because every project needs to be a perfect installation to process any kind of waste. Last but not least is reactive, because we are fast-moving company in terms of answer and in terms of support to our customers. Please now have a look at the following video, which better explain why we used to say are a step forward with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. So just the last two slides, the first one concerning our products. These are only the main families of products included in our range. Each item has a lot of models, and each model can be adapted to customer request, of course. So this means that the panorama of our machine is really wide and in continuous development. So we produce 2 and 4 shaft shredders, rotary shearing machines for metal scraps, multi-crushers for the treatment of electric and electronic equipment, single shaft shredder and granulators for the refining part, and hammer mills. The machines are, as a result, useful for different applications. For instance, you can see here waste-to-energy projects, tires project, e-scrap. And when we talk about e-scrap, we are referring also to a very large sector in terms of electronics, starting from the refrigerators, the household, the washing machine, and then ferrous and non-ferrous, which is also the topic of today with the aluminum recycling, plastics, wires, and electric motors. So let's start with the aluminum treatment and the single machines which are involved in this process and the characteristics. Over the years, we are witnessing a strong growth in objects produced from aluminum. This trend is mainly driven by the fact that aluminum not only can be used in countless sectors, but can also be 100% recycled unlimited times. This, of course, contributes to a reduction of CO2 in the atmosphere and avoids the extraction of production of new materials, reducing the company's environmental impact. Moreover, considering the increasing focus on material recycling and aluminum recovery, it is easy to imagine that the interest towards aluminum will grow in importance in the future. Now the question is, how can Forrec help you to make a great business with aluminum recycling? From the point of view of the cost and from the point of view of the environmental impact, this is a real business because recycling aluminum saves 95% of the energy that would be required to recover aluminum as a raw material. And what we can do as Forrec, so we design and manufacture tailor-made projects which are shaped on customers' needs. And above all, considering that the price of aluminum is constantly increasing, there is the confirmation that investing in machine for recycling could be very profitable. I now turn the floor over to Mr. Zilio, who will better explain the system we produce and design to treat aluminum.
So let's start our travel into the aluminum recycling concept. And let's start with the primary shredder, the rotary shear FX 5000 and FX 8000. That's a typical pre-shredding stage for different kind of products and scrap, in particular for aluminum junks or bulky steel scrap with steel aluminum attachments, or in some cases even with baled scrap. The machine has a large hopper, so it's very easy to load even by a grapple. The shredder has a low revolution. We are speaking about between 3 and 5 RPM. Therefore, the impact of blades against the scrap is smooth, increasing therefore the lifetime of the cutters. All the cutters are bolted, so they have a bolted technology, and in addition we have a patented tightening system in order to achieve not only a fast replacement in case of cutter break, but also to avoid any movement of the cutters while the shredder is working. The low noise and the low vibration of the shredder helps companies to place and to fix this machine outdoor, since the dB, the decibel, are very controlled and very low. So Forrec manufacture this pre-shredding stage, or this pre-shredder, in two versions. The FX 5000, which has a 360 kW installed, is an hydraulic machine, or the FX 8000, which we can achieve 440 or even 800 kW. The difference in terms of power means also a difference in terms of cutting chamber. So based on the scrap density and the shredder size, we can achieve approximately from 10 to 25 tons per hour. I would say also that the FX is the pre-shredder. I call it, it's a key machine to put in safe condition all scrap before introducing the pre-shredded scrap into the hammer mill, because we erase all the dangerous moments that the hammer mill can always have, like for instance the gas tanks that are still unshredded. So by passing the scrap into the pre-shredding stage, we can definitely put all the scrap in a safety condition. The other shredder that we use in the aluminum recycling business is an hydraulic single shaft shredder. What I like to call as the one-step shredder. So in that machine, we used to achieve something like between 5 and 10 tons per hour in one step, starting with bulky soft aluminum. Generally speaking, we are discussing about the 5000 or the 6000 series in terms of aluminum profile. And as I said, in one step, we achieve an output size between 60 and 80 millimeter with a very good capacity. And running costs are extremely low thanks to a multiple times usable knife. So I would say that in this last period, this is one of the best sold shredder Forrec has sold and successfully placed, especially in the soft aluminum recycling business. As you can see from the slide, we typically offer the X2000H or the X3000H, which means an hydraulic single shaft shredder with a 2000 millimeter rotor length or 3000 millimeter rotor length. The diameter of the rotor is approximately 750. We are discussing about bolted and replaces knife that are 105 by 105 millimeter with a certain thickness, 50 millimeter thickness. The use of this shredder in the soft aluminum recycling world is very appreciated because the fine material in the output product is very low. We are approximately between 1.5–2% of fine, and as you know, the fine typically is a loss of product. As you can see in this detailed picture, first of all, the rotor is fully covered by a hard welding, ensuring a long lifetime. Then all the tooling are screwed and not welded. So it means that in case of a break, the customer can easily substitute not only the blade, but even the blade holder. The sieve is a modular sieve. We are approximately, the sieve is approximately composed by 10 or 6 modules. So in case you break one of it, you can substitute only one and not the whole set. So this shredder is as I said, is a smart shredder because it shreds soft aluminum with a smooth cutting force, because the revolution in this machine is between 70 and 25 revolution per minute. And notwithstanding, the production is very good, as I said, depending on the screen size, but it goes from 5 to 10 tons per hour, as I said before. Now let's focus on the let's say refining stage for the aluminum, which is the hammer mills. This is a compact solution for aluminum scrap facilities, which has heavier contamination, especially in the cast aluminum. We propose this hammer mill mainly in 3 versions, but I want to focus in the Z15 and the Z16, which is, according to my experience, the sweet shredder size, the sweet hammer mill size, because the range of kilowatt here, we are from 250 to 455. And one of the big advantages of these hammer mills is the double crushing handles. So don't focus so much on the cutting room size, but focus on the advantages that we have installed. And these double crushing handles help the productivity, notwithstanding the rotor is not so huge. And especially the concept of the hammers passing quite close to the sieve, to the below sieve, helping in squeezing out and liberate all the contaminants, the steel contaminants or other contaminants, especially on the cast aluminum or even in the soft aluminum. So as I said, we mainly propose the Z15 and the Z16, where the difference is mainly on the rotor length and diameter and the installed power. We pass from 250 up to 455, and the rotor is from 1000 up to 1500 millimeter length, with a different diameter, of course. And the capacity, we can say that these are machines between 10 and 13 tons per hour, of course, depending on the scrap density and on the sieve size. As much you decrease the sieve, as much you create fine material, and the capacity, of course, will decrease accordingly. But generally speaking, the data that I'm providing today, I'm considering a sieve size of 80 millimeter, and the capacity is almost guaranteed. So Forrec has, even in this recent period, installed and commissioned different aluminum recycling lines. The last one, for instance, which is highly represented in this slide, is composed by the single shaft shredder, hydraulic driven, with the sieving of the material, with the ironing stage, with the classifier, with an eddy current separator in order to separate the aluminum fraction or the non-steel fraction from the plastic, wood, and garbage. And then at the end, even with the optical separator, able to read the different alloy of the aluminum and achieve one of the best results for the foundry, which I remember is to have a high aluminum quality, with getting rid of steel, plastic, and other alloy. This line is working. This line is producing something like between 8 and 10 tons per hour of soft aluminum scrap. Let's now introduce some case histories on the aluminum recycling. And the today agenda will show you mainly 3 case histories with different concept and different material. The first video will show you the single shaft shredder X3000 hydraulic driven, shredding soft aluminum profiles 6000 and 5000 series in one step down to 50 millimeter and producing something like 6 tons an hour. You will see the machine in operation, you will see the output and this compact line that the customer wanted in his furnaces. In this next video, you will see always the single shaft hydraulic driven 3000, but you will realize a different line concept, much more complex, because in this case, the aim of the customer was to achieve the highest purity of the aluminum scrap. So as I said before, you will see the scrap shredded, the ironed, sieved in size, and then cleaned away from plastic and other alloy. In this next video, you will see a completely different application. We are discussing about the hammer mill, and we are discussing about the cast aluminum. In this case, the cast aluminum was previously pre-shredded by an FX, and the aim of the customer in this case was to get rid of the small contaminants. In this case was steel contaminants, and you will see the fraction very small, but absolutely very clean.
Thanks, Emanuele. Thanks also for these case histories, which perfectly show how the systems work. And also they are a good case history for you customer interested in such a system. I shall conclude this brief presentation by talking about a side of Forrec, which is a peculiar plus, which is the after-sales service. So thanks to our spare parts warehouse of 2,000 square meter and our support team, either remotely or directly at the customer's production site, we are able to support any special maintenance in a timely and effective manner. The focus that you have to aspire to in order to good business with the aluminium is to have a solid line complete with no downtime and with low production cost. So, of course, we are available for any request. As we used to say, seeing is believing, because our systems are real, true, concrete, as you can see, as you've seen in the case history and the videos. We can show you our technology in action, both in our premises, in our testing area, with the possibility to do in-house tests with your own product, and by some warm and hospitable customers who are using Forrec machine. You can also visit our website, which is always updated with our news, or YouTube channel. Of course, we are also on social medias, and you can dial the number and call us anytime. As usual, at the end of our webinars, we used to say that profit is not a dirty word. So we hope you enjoy this virtual tour on aluminum recycling technology. And we thank you for your presence here today. And we hope to get in contact in the future. As we said at the beginning of this presentation, you can comment or send email at any time to ask any question concerning these systems. Thank you for your presence. See you soon.
Thank you very much for being our guest today. I hope this webinar could be useful. Write us back in case, and we are ready to receive your inquiries and helping in develop your aluminum project business. Thank you so much.